Please welcome with me the brilliant man behind Flux Marine, the next world of boating, Jonathan Lord.
Thank you, Bruno. It's a pleasure to be here and to talk to you today.
Flux Marine has developed their own propulsion system. You haven't repurposed something. You've actually built something from the ground up. So what does this clean slate design approach unlock for you and your company in terms of performance and efficiency?
Absolutely. I mean, from day one, it's been designed from the ground up to leverage all the advantages of electrification. So if you look at the alternative, it might be taking the lower leg of a combustion outboard, taking off the power head, placing electric motor on, and going off from there. This leaves, which is very much kind of cutting a few corners. It brings a product to market maybe faster, but when we're truly focused on creating the best boating experience possible, actually, once you remove the combustion power head, your next loudest component is your gears, because there's a clutch in this lower unit. You're taking in salt water, flushing it around sensitive components. Another pain point, maintenance, service and maintenance. Some of these kind of features and benefits of a ground up design means that it's not only significantly quieter, one fully designed from the ground up a belt drive power transmission, which eliminates a vast number of components, not to mention the clutch and the gear shifting back and forth. It's all just done by the electric motor.
Mm-hmm.
We have a fully closed loop cooling system. So you can think of this as kind of a keel cooler. The equivalent would be a kind of a radiator on the front of your car. So it's a water glycol mix that's circulated around the outboard, and then it dissipates that thermal energy into the environment around it through the anti-ventilation plate.
Let's talk about your market's focus and strategy. Who is your target customer? Who are you designing product for?
Absolutely. Any customer who has a boat that's takes an outboard in the region of 100 to 150 horsepower. In terms of kind of who are the early adopting customers, we find it for customers. There's a few kind of primary use cases. So you've got the likes of people who operate boats on lakes. Often pontoons is a big market segment for this. They're going out maybe on the weekends or even for a whole day, but they're not going on these multi-day expeditions. They go from your own dock, or you even launch at a ramp and you can then charge back up at home. But you'll launch from your boat off from your dock. It'll be plugged in. You come back. At the end of the day, you just plug it back in. You're good to go the next day. So for the recreational side, kind of inshore, nearshore, intercoastals down in Florida, for example. The second market would be the working waterfront. So these, you can think of kind of aquaculture farms, oyster farms, seaweed farms, kelp farms. These are folks who spend all day on the water, and they have a slightly different pain point to your traditional recreational customers. They have pay much closer attention to the profit and loss, for example. So the cost of maintenance, the cost of fuel, and not only the financial cost, but the time cost. If you have to go and harvest a catch and your gas outboard breaks, you're not just losing time, but you're losing money on that catch. So the reliability aspect, which, not to say gas engines have become significantly more reliable than they have been in the past, but they're still leaching oil into the environment. So if you're pulling up oysters through a thin film of oil, it's really not that kind of closed loop ecosystem that they'd be looking for. So they're definitely a strong market, and actually one of my favorite customers to go to, just because these folks spend maybe 8-10 hours a day, and the noise, the vibration they have to put up with these engines. A lot of them I found they're slightly deaf in one ear, just because they've always got one side to the gas engine. So when they get to go and experience, and especially the kind of farm hands who kind of, this is such a new novel experience for them. I love seeing people go out on an electric boat for the first time and be like, wow, this is what it was like. Like, it's like an electric car.
Yeah.
That part never gets old. And then finally, I would say the military and defense application, just with the ground up design, means that it's very flexible and modular. So we have a modular battery pack, scalable power architecture, and we do all the control systems and algorithms ourselves. And so given that we have strong control over acoustic signatures,
Mm-hmm.
there's a lot of interest from the defense application.
Thank you for joining us on the Green Boater TV. Subscribe to explore the world of electric boating with us.